Let me put that down on my chart. What evidence do I want to use? Is there any evidence that shows that they're not, that they weren't free or they were less free? If you see any of that, you put that there. All right. I love the relationships that I form with students. The fact that I get a chance to really make a difference in their lives. Oftentimes when people think about who their favorite teacher was, they can remember that. They can remember oftentimes the way that person made them feel, the way that person saw who they were. And so when I reflect, I say to myself, wow, there's a tremendous amount of power that you have as an educator to really make a difference in someone's life and hopefully help them along their way. And so for me, I really appreciate that opportunity. I feel honored by having that opportunity and really realize that, you know, the key to education is those relationships. So one thing I think is important, especially for educators of color, is to have support, to have individuals that are like yourself that you can go to when you need support. So what I'm talking about are affinity spaces. So for 20 years, I was the only black male educator in my school. And there were times where things happened where there was no one that I could go to share my experience. And so I started an affinity space with other black educators in the district that weren't in my school, that we could meet up and we could talk about things that we experienced, but we could also lift each other up with opportunities and things that could help us advance in our educational journey. So once you get into education, you want to find a support group. You want to find people in your family, your friends, or other colleagues that you can lean on to support you along your way.
Of the speech as is. So, everyone take a nice deep breath and we'll all dive in with good friends as loudly and quickly as you can. I love my job because it really does give me the chance to work with people who might not be necessarily invested in school and really aren't sure what direction they want to take in life. And one of the things that I get to do, especially working with the older students, is help them figure out who they want to be. There's no other job that really allows for that and really sets kids up to be the adults that they're trying to be and that society needs. So to be there with the kids, to help them figure out what is their ambition, what is their game plan, okay, what do I do next and how do I get there? The job is really many times what you want to make of it. There's room for every personality type in the classroom. So for someone who is more extroverted, they like being the performer, they want to be the sage on the stage, there's often space for that. For the shy, introverted folks who would never even consider in a million years getting up in front and talking in front of people. Kids need those kinds of teachers too. So it doesn't really matter, you know, what your background is, where you come from, things like that. There is space for you in the classroom. The kids want you there. They want to see your intellect. They want that coach, that mentor that's going to help them become the person that they're working on trying to be. One of the best things about working with high schoolers is that they're so close to the finish line of childhood and crossing over into adulthood that you really do get to treat them a lot more like adults than students in younger grades. So that when things happen and there's a big trend that's blowing up on social media, we get to talk about those things. We also get to have some really serious conversations about things like, you know, what the adult world has in store for them. What are the challenges that they're going to face in the world beyond high school, and what can they do to prepare for those challenges?
Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up, such a sudden flood of mutiny. I come not friends